Hello everybody, it's NASCAR again. Today I'm going to be doing a P01. This one has the red screen of death. So if you turn it on here, then in a minute or two you'll probably see the red screen. Yep, there it is. So yeah, red screen of death. It's a P01. I've never actually worked on a P01 before, so it should be the same as an L model, which I've worked on plenty of those. But I gotta remove the NOR. I've already tried everything, including the reflashing the firmware, reinstalling it, rebuilding the database, and storing the file system. None of that worked. So it's time to take this thing apart, pull the flash off of it, and put it on my flash cat and see if I can rebuild this NAND or NOR. What did I get myself into? I just got over my allergies from the last console I worked on. Look how dirty this console is. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know what I expected from a warranty sealed console, but that should be fine. Alright. Oh gosh. Why? Well, yeah, it is. 160 gig. I'll get the smart data off of this later. Okay, why aren't you coming over? Oh, you're just stuck. Oh gosh. Why? That should come off easy. There you go. We gotta get this cool cat right here off and figure out if we can fix this. Considering the state of this console, probably not. Alright, so I gotta remove this guy right here. I'm gonna use hot air and just lift it up, and then we'll take it upstairs, put it on my flash cat, and see what it says. Alright, we got this thing off. It looks to be intact, all the pins look good. So we'll pop this boy in the flash cat once it cools down, and then see what my computer says about it, if there's anything wrong with it. Or if the PS3 is just being stupid. Now hold on, notice how it says this NOR is only 8 megabytes? Yeah, I had missed this at first as well. I did a bit of digging on this specific chip, and it turns out it is a parallel NOR, which means it has two different banks stored on a single chip, and that the second bank is activated through a pin on the NOR, which is specified in the diagram. Unfortunately, the FlashCat software did not like it, so I had to go a different route. Alright, so I got a few weeks later, I've got the Teensy hooked up. It was about 50 wires. I didn't film it because it's an absolute pain. I'll include some pictures, but I'm currently working with someone to get this going, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so after many hours of troubleshooting, we got it going. My camera can focus. Anyway, it says that, and we've got the dump. It only has one error, which is VTRM0. Alright, so I got 3.55 FSM flashed. I'm installing Ruggiero 9.99. Hopefully this will work. If not, I'll give you guys an update. And at this point, I've put so much work into it, I'm just praying it works. Alright guys, as you can tell, Ruggiero did work. I am on the red screen of death fix version, and it actually booted. I am so excited. After like 5 days of work on this thing, it's actually on in the menu screen. So yeah, let me just show you. That is what I'm at right now. It's a mess, but it's working, and I don't care. So I'm gonna get this thing going with more recent firmware once I figure out how to do it. Alright, it's about 6 hours later. I went and installed 4.55 no FSM. Then I installed 4.55 Ruggiero. Then I installed 490 OFW. Then I did CFW, and it does seem to be working, as you can probably see there. So it should still showing errors in the dump, but I think it's PSN issue related, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to disable syscalls and use it as is because I don't go online at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean this up because you can tell it's quite dirty. So I'm going to do a cleaning on it, and then probably take off this Teensy, put it together, and yeah, it should be all good to go and good for use for me because I am not selling this thing. Alright, all parts are cleaned up. I've got to wait for them to dry. In the meantime, I'm going to go clean the metal. Okay, so I'm gonna change something a little bit. So these are very cheap heat sinks, as you can tell. I don't think I'm gonna use these. I had a spare Elmo with these heat sinks. They look a bit more rigid. I have to get these IHSs off. And instead of cleaning this fan because this is gonna be a mess, I'm just gonna use the one I stole from the same console that is almost perfectly clean. I just have to dust it off a tiny bit. It should be the same fan, I think. Let's see, this one's this 12 volt 2 amp And this one is 12 volt, 1.75 amps. So this one's actually worse than this one, power-wise, but it was designed for the original fan, so I'm gonna have to see if it does any better or not. But this fan is just gonna make a mess, and I don't want to deal with it right now. So let's get these new heat adjusters off, put these heat sinks in, and we'll go from there. Alright, I've got it fully assembled now. Let's turn it on and see if it's working. I did a lot of work to this. I really hope it still works. Still green light, which is a good sign. Oh, yep, we got display. Alright. So here's the whole process. I went and flashed 4.50 no FSM onto the NOR using the Teensy. From there, I used 4.55 Regera to install a firmware onto the PS3, and there was no red screen of death. So, I grabbed the dump of it in case, and then went to install 4.90 OFW, which is original firmware, and that also went without issues as well. So, I then went to the PS3 toolset and grabbed a dump of that, just to be on the safe side, and then went to install CFW as I was told, and that also went without issues. So now the console's fully working, and I played about an hour of The Last of Us, and I have not had any issues. For me, personally, this was a very fun fix, and I have learned a lot from this process. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.